Before he became president of the United States, Donald Trump was a relatively successful businessman and also a relatively well-liked figure by the public until, well, but occasionally he also did some acting back in the day as well. In today's video, I'll be discussing every single movie that features Donald Trump in any sort of role, a minor one or a cameo. This will not be including documentaries, TV shows, or archival footage, as that doesn't really count. It is a completely separate topic for another day. With all of that out of the way, let's dive straight into things. The first film Donald Trump appeared in was a largely forgotten film from 1989 called Ghosts Can't Do It. A terrible romance and fantasy film no one remembers. Trump actually plays an integral role, unlike most of his other future acting gigs, which were mainly just cameos. In this film, he actually does do something. The lead character of Katie, played by Bo Derek, goes to Donald Trump to negotiate a business deal. That's it. Most of his roles don't have much substance, but even despite his small screen time, he won a Razzie Award for Worst Supporting Actor, his first of three wins at the award show. When it comes to Trump's acting skills, despite his natural confidence and charisma, his screen presence is just abysmal, just playing himself and not being memorable whatsoever. But next up, we have his most iconic role in cinema history. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, the sequel to the Christmas film Home Alone, had many scenes shot in the Plaza Hotel in New York City. And who owned the hotel at the time? None other than a successful convicted criminal, I mean businessman, Donald Trump. In exchange for filming in the hotel and suites, Trump requested a cameo and payment, leading to this iconic scene.
Excuse me, where's Mr. Epstein?
Down the hall and to the left.
Thanks.
Trump's 7-second appearance to this day remains his most iconic role, despite rumors he basically forced himself on set and director Chris Columbus wishing he could remove the orange man from the film. But this scene does really help the film stand out from its predecessor. But this is only the beginning of Trump's acting career. The rest of the 1990s would bring even more roles for the mogul. 1994's The Little Rascals, the film adaptation of shorts from the early 1900s, would feature the next appearance of Trump. The first time not playing himself, he instead plays Waldo Johnson II, the father of the new obnoxious rich kid Waldo III, who shares many similarities to one another, a role Trump appears to continue to play to this very day. Another whatever role, but next year he appeared in the IMAX adventure film Across the Sea of Time. More of a technical showcase than an actual narrative film, it's about a Russian immigrant trying to find his family. Probably his smallest role in any film, Trump once again plays himself, just a random businessman. Another unmemorable appearance. In 1996, Trump not only appeared in one, but two Whoopi Goldberg movies, those being Eddie and The Associate. I wouldn't blame you if you thought these were the exact same two films. The posters look nearly identical and appear very generic, along with being forgotten and negatively received at the time and today. Trump plays himself again, small cameos, probably due to the fact that both films take place in New York City. A common theme among most of Trump's filmography is that they take place in New York City, more specifically Manhattan. And due to Trump Tower being there, it could have been very convenient for Trump to just appear there briefly and get paid something for his work, despite how meaningless it all was, basically, and him having no screen presence as well. 2 years later, Trump once again appeared in two movies. The first of these is a drama film called 54, about the rise and fall of the famous New York City nightclub Studio 54. The original film was extensively recut and reshot, but a decade later, a more positively received bootleg director's cut was leaked, leading to eventually being officially released. This is the version Trump appears in, playing a VIP patron at the club. Nothing too significant, just like this next role. Trump appeared in fellow Epstein Island visitor Woody Allen's film Celebrity. This was the period in Allen's career between, I'd say, between Mighty Aphrodite and Match Point, where he didn't really release any significant or interesting film that both critics and audiences seemed to enjoy. And this was one of his worst received and least successful films. Despite starring Leonardo DiCaprio in one of the lead roles of the film and after Titanic's success, along with featuring Kenneth Branagh, Winona Ryder, and Charlize Theron, it still flopped regardless of that. Let's go back to talk about Trump, who plays himself in the film and wishes to buy St. Patrick's Cathedral to knock it down and build a taller building, which doesn't seem out of character for him. And that was about it for his appearance in the film. Alan enjoyed working with Trump in the film and says he'd love to work with him again, as he's apparently a great actor, which, sure, that's totally why I'd like to do that. But that's besides the point. On to our next film. Probably his second most memorable or iconic role after Home Alone 2, Trump, alongside his future wife Melania, appears as one of the numerous cameos in Zoolander. Trump is among one of dozens and dozens of celebrities that are interviewed as part of the film in universe.
Look, without Derek Zoolander, male modeling wouldn't be what it is today.
Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
A year later, Trump would appear in probably his last slightly significant role in films, appearing in a romantic comedy 2 Weeks Notice, starring Sandra Bullock and who else? Hugh Grant. Anyways, Grant plays a billionaire in the film, and the film, follows the standard rom-com tropes. And at the very end, after Bullock's lawyer character quits because she can't stand Grant's character, Trump offers to find him a replacement, which Grant declines. Grant actually does remember Trump even being in the film, actually, showing how unmemorable Trump really actually was in the acting department. The next film Trump was featured in is so obscure it doesn't even have its own Wikipedia page, and only 17 people have seen this film and logged on to Letterboxd. I'm talking about the 2004 film Marmalade, another extremely generic rom-com with no-name actors and a no-name crew as well. Once again, Trump has a cameo in the film, but I have no idea how it even got him in this film, and somehow this is the only film featuring him where he somehow is the most memorable part of the film. Well, congratulations, Donald. Now it's time for the final feature film featuring Donald Trump. Well, sort of. You see, Donald Trump originally had a role in Oliver Stone's film Wall Street Money Never Sleeps, his sequel to the classic 80s film Wall Street, but ultimately his scene was cut from the theatrical cut of the film, although you can still watch the scene if you have a physical release of the film. Stone cut the scene as he thought it was too distracting in the end, even though Trump would have fit in perfectly in the film, but Stone probably made a wise decision. And those are all 12 theatrically released films that featured Donald Trump. I said I wasn't going to at the beginning of the video, but screw it, why not? Let's briefly discuss the documentaries and shows he's featured in, where it's not just already existing footage. Some of these documentaries are New York, a documentary film, Small Potatoes, Who Killed the USFL, PMO Wonderful Presents, The Greatest Movie Ever Sold, and of course, the most notable one released earlier this year, Melania, which is already shaping up to be one of the most acclaimed documentaries of our time. Trump also featured in many history documentaries as well. When it comes to shows, the most notable appearances of Trump are in The Jeffersons, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Sex and the City, The Ali G Show, which is my personal favorite.
What is the most popular thing in the world?
Music.
No.
Tell me.
Ice cream.
Okay.
Everyone has it.
Good luck, folks. It's been nice seeing you. You take care of yourself, okay?
Is you going to be in on that?
SNL, Top Gear, and Days of Our Lives. Trump also had his famous show The Apprentice.
Working for Diddy.
Absolutely.
I love Diddy. You know, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy.
He expects.
Is he a good guy?
I don't want to answer that
Oh,
question.
wow.
I
I
don't
think
know.
he's a good guy. I'm going to stick up for him.
And also made appearances at WWE Raw, WrestleMania 23, and the Comedy Central roast that he was a part of, where people made fun of him. Something that would never happen nowadays, of course. So that has been every single movie featuring Donald Trump, along with some of his most notable TV appearances as well. Honestly, this video was a lot shorter than I was expecting it to be. Because even though there are a dozen films featuring Trump, they were all just like boring and unremarkable cameos that really only stand out because, well, Trump was in it. Obviously, since he became president, he hasn't really had that much time to appear in any movies, and that will probably remain the same way. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you like anything relating to movies, and comment below what figure you'd like to see me cover in a video similar to this. If this is the last video I ever release, It's because Palantir got me. But anyways, hopefully I'll see you all next time.
But this thing you've pulled off, it's amazing. A big and tasty for just $1? How do you do it? What's your secret?
On July 13th, 2024, you will be in Butler, Pennsylvania. A Discord mod will try to assassinate you. Turn your head to the right at exactly 3:22. Grimace can't say much more, but the world depends on it.